Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks very much for joining us on our second Live at the Dig for today. Now, I'm Chris Crowley, Public Engagement with Research Officer at the University of Aberdeen, and you join me here again at the site of the King's Dig, where we're excavating for the Grammar School for King's College. But you join us towards the end of the first Saturday of May Festival, and it's been a great day. Thousands of visitors have joined us here on campus. They've enjoyed some great weather and they've taken part in some great events, including learning all about the militancy of suffragettes in Aberdeen in the early 20th century. Now, our dig itself is going remarkably well, and we've got a whole series of tours that are associated with it as well. If you haven't had a chance, please join us tomorrow at 11:30 and 1 o'clock at King's Museum, where we'll get some family-friendly tours starting, and you'll be able to join some colourful characters from the university's past. The tours are free, there's no need to book, but please join us. As I say, they're colourful characters, so you'll know them when you see them. But in the meantime, please join me as we come back to the dig, and we'll meet Peter, one of our students who's been digging here all week, and he'll be able to give us a good insight into what he's found today. Do you come with me?
Hi. How's it going?
Very well, Peter. I think the question really is, how are you doing and what have we got here?
We're doing very well today. We've had a very successful day, not only in the features that we have found, but also in the involvement that we've had with the public, and with young people and with just volunteers in general.
Great.
Yeah. So with this sort of stuff that we've discovered today, we found this sort of wall feature here.
Yeah.
And that carries on all the way across to where those guys are digging, all the way over there. And I'll show you that in a minute. Yeah, also it's just this sort of, the mortar which kind of carries down.
Yeah.
It tells us a little bit more about the sort of construction that we have and that sort of thing.
Yeah. So see this little rounded feature, is that a rounded feature or is that
Yeah, this is something that we found in the test pitting that happened in March. We're still not entirely sure what it is. We tried to excavate it out a little bit more, but it just sort of seems to stop there. So at that point,
what do you do? This is the nature of archaeology. You have something that you think you can investigate further, but no, it's just
absolutely.
not there.
Yeah. Well, it just doesn't carry on at the moment. I think later on in the day, or maybe tomorrow as well, we might go a little bit farther down there. But I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what Ali has in store for that. Yeah.
But that's a good point about tomorrow. So ladies and gentlemen, just to bear in mind that tomorrow is our last day at the dig. We'll be live twice again tomorrow. But if you do want to get a chance to come down and see the dig firsthand and chat to the archaeologists and see our finds, tomorrow is your last day to be able to do so. But we'll be
might even get a chance to have a go yourself.
Indeed, we're welcoming many members of the public tomorrow who have booked the chance to actually come and try their chance with a trowel and do some sieving and really experience all the bits of archaeology. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Peter?
Well, I mean, other than that, do you just want to have a look around the sort of stuff that we've exposed today, or? Yeah, sure.
That'd be great if you can.
Well, I mean, with this trench here, we've just sort of tried to go down a little bit deeper, and in this sort of section just here that you can see, we found a lot more bone. Obviously, the deeper that we go, the earlier and past that we're heading. So the stuff down here is going to be a lot older.
So any idea of sort of date?
No idea date, but we did find this sort of late medieval pottery.
Okay.
You can actually see, if you look closely, the sort of fingers that went in to sort of press it down there. Quite almost.
Now, am I right
harder
in
to
saying
see.
There's a lovely glaze round here?
Yeah, it's a glaze. Yeah. And you can see this is where the handle would have been, so it's maybe a jug perhaps, or some sort of vessel like that.
Were you suggesting a drinking vessel perhaps?
Perhaps, maybe a pouring vessel. So
possibly a pouring
wine
vessel.
or water, I don't know.
And of course beer, which at the time would have been drunk pretty much throughout the day and by children as well as adults. Small beer, I should add. It was the way that they purified the water so that they could have relatively clean drinking water, was to brew it into low alcohol beer.
Yeah. So we've also got some more bones. As I said, bones are coming up quite a lot in here. So that's giving me my own little interpretation of what was happening here so long ago. I have a feeling, of course we've got old Aberdeen as a village centre, and there's new Aberdeen a little bit farther into town. And of course they sort of merge into the one city. But at the time that these bones were perhaps placed in the soil, I should say, I can imagine it being more of like a market town. So perhaps we have a bit more sort of marketplace trading. So that's why I'm sort of suggesting that these sort of animal bones are being found a little bit more and more as we're sort of going deeper and deeper into the soil. We've actually got some more like animal bones on the other side of the trench as well. So this is something that we have across the whole site, which I think is it's something interesting in itself. Yeah.
But that again, that's something we touched on yesterday. The dig, even though it finishes tomorrow, isn't the end of the story. The post-excavation analysis, the recording, the coming together, comparing notes, and trying to flesh out exactly what was going on. That's the crucial next stage.
Definitely.
But thanks very much, Peter.
You're welcome.
So please do join us tomorrow, either by watching us live at the dig or by coming down to join us 10 o'clock to 4 p.m. It's your last chance tomorrow, and our last chance to find as much as we can out of these trenches. Thanks very much. Bye bye.